So this is Miniclip Pool. First, we're going to look at some diegetic and non-diegetic elements. And first, we can start looking at the pool table itself. This is a diegetic element and the UI, as it's not actually a game object like the board getters are there, but it's also customizable. So with every person in the game and different levels in the game, the pool table is actually different colors to signify that you are in a different place that you were before, or you're facing someone new. I think this is done really well to provide context for the player as the part of the heuristics of a UI evaluation. Another diegetic element we can look at is the pool sticks themselves, and sometimes they're used well in deciding in which player is actually playing when they're aiming at the ball. But something that's done really poorly is showing the player who isn't playing stick on the side of the board when it's not their turn. This causes some confusion and kind of violates that error prevention rule of the heuristics. A non-diegetic element that we can look at is the aimer. It's a spatial element in the game that actually shows where the ball is going to go after it hits a ball and where the other ball might go off into. This is the main element in the game that allows players to play properly, as it really helps with aiming. In harder levels, they've removed it completely in order to give that essence of difficulty in the game. Another non-diegetic element that we can look at is a timer. And I don't think the timer is done very well. It's this blue area around the person's icon, and as the person plays, it gets closer and closer to 0. It's hard to gauge how much time you have left in your turn just by looking at this timer alone. Miniclip Pool's UI doesn't really break any rules in the 10 heuristics, but we're going to run through each heuristic and we're going to say which one they do really horribly. First of all, we're going to start off with the visibility of system status. And I think they do this well when they're talking about loading screens and they're trying to find a player for you. They use a roulette screen to show that they are searching for someone. I think that's done well. A lot of their symbols, including the pool ball, the pool sticks, and the directional, is kind of something that you can see in the real world. And especially that place that goes underneath the pool table and the ball slot in. It's a direct relation to what happens in real life, and I think that's done really well. The users are given so much control over their gameplay ability, so they're limited in freedom, but I think that's a good thing for them because they really don't have much they want the player to be free with. As we said, they are pretty consistent over their overall style and UI, and they're really good at error prevention, as I've never encountered something where I made a mistake and was unable to redo it or undo it, or I've tripped up another player, or I've made a mistake that's costed me so much in the game. What's interesting about this game is that it's really based off of recall when it comes to the rules. You don't actually get to see a list of rules, and so they kind of fail when it comes to recognition over recall, because there's some rules that will still surprise me when I'm playing the game. The game is easy to use. Everyone who's been playing it with a mouse, they are comfortable with a mouse, or they play it on their mobile phones, where it's pretty simple to point and click and drag that way. Aesthetically and minimalist design, they have done that. They've achieved an aesthetically pleasing design with their pool theme across all their UI elements.